How the fuck you laughing when I heard you getting beat on? Gotta pay a nigga way every trip y'all be on. Are the words that Cardi B said on the most recent Young Thug song. And those are some very scathing words. Those words definitely aren't nice. Don't indicate that things are going well between the two at all. Welcome to Chili Soup. This is your host, Chili, and today we're talking about this Cardi B and Nicki Minaj beef. So let's have a deeper look at that again, while we're on the subject there. So it says, but how the fuck you laughing when I heard you getting beat on? Gotta pay a nigga way every trip y'all be on. Now, there's two real scathing accusations there. The first one is of domestic violence, which is definitely not a cool move at all. You know what I mean? And as you all know, Nicki Minaj's husband is Kenneth Petty, and technically I think her last name is Petty now. It's kind of funny. She's literally Miss Petty. But yeah, she's definitely getting gone in on about possibly being beat. Now, this is all allegedly. I gotta say allegedly. We don't know this for sure. Chili has no real idea as to what's going on behind the walls of Nicki Minaj's house. But there are signs that Kenneth Petty might be the abusive type here. We'll get into that, though. Don't worry. We'll get into that. So let's go ahead and have a look into this. But why would she even, go there? You know what I mean? But hold on. Before we even go any further, I need you guys to go ahead and like and subscribe. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers to build the channel up. So any subscription will help. Because we're going to stay dishing out the tea here on Chili Soup, even though we're about soup. Anyway, let's get this shit done. All right, so let's just start with the facts right now. So it's a couple of things you guys need to know. Number one, back in 1994 in New York, Kenneth Petty was charged with first-degree rape. He was 16 years old at the time. He eventually pleaded guilty to one count of attempted rape, first degree, and served just over 4 years in state prison. As a direct result of that conviction, Petty was legally ordered to register as a sex offender for the rest of his life. The victim, Jennifer Ho, I guess that's how you say her name, later spoke out and filed a lawsuit against both Petty and Nicki, alleging harassment and intimidation to try to make her recent story something. The lawsuit has been a whole other issue. So basically, what the gather here is there seems to be a long track record of intimidation going on here on his part. He's definitely trying to get out there and intimidate folks and whatnot. And she's also been sued in the past over those type of things. So he does seem to have a inflict violence or threat type mentality when dealing with problems, as opposed to talking about type attitude. That's just an observation, allegedly. Just allegedly. We got to say allegedly. So also, the registered sex offender status and failure to register. So here's another thing that we got to talk about here. Now, this is the legal issue that gets him arrested. After he moved to California with Nicki in 2019, he failed to register as a sex offender with the state of California, which is a federal crime. He was arrested on a charge, and in 2022, he pled guilty to the federal charge of failing to register. The judge sentenced him to 1 year of home confinement and 3 years of probation. Petty is listed as a level 2 offender in New York, meaning he is considered a moderate risk to the community. What is a moderate risk to the community? Just to hear that said is a wild thing to be said. I think any risk to the community shouldn't be moderate. He's running around here threatening folks. He's moderate though. But I mean, I ain't got no problem with threats, you know. I mean, it is what it is. Sometimes you gotta threaten a motherfucker, you know. And don't forget, this isn't his only time behind bars. Petty also pleaded guilty to first-degree manslaughter for a shooting in 2002. Served 7 years for that charge. So he's no stranger to the prison facilities, you know. Some people probably on a first name basis with that man, the way they making it seem. So yeah, it's definitely something to think about here, you know. All right, it's time to see what the internet's saying about this. So we pulled up some of what the Bardi Gang may be saying, some of what the Nicki Gang may be saying. So I think this might be an interesting thing to go down the timeline and see, you know what I mean? So here we go. So this one is kind of funny. Barbz. Cardi has ABC bars. Cardi A, B, C, D, E, F, G. These bitches can't fuck with me. She's so funny. That is kind of funny. It is kind of funny. I like their take on that. All right, we had to mute that because I didn't know it was gonna do that. But this is Bardi Gang versus Nicki Gang tonight or some shit. That's funny. That's what it's supposed to look like. They is on fire right now in the comments. Bardi Gang getting ruler to put to ass by Barbz after they were so sure they would put up higher first week sales than Pink Friday 2. And now it's crickets on the playground. Oh, man.
Getting pregnant by a gay nigga.
Why do y'all keep on bringing up?
But I think y'all need to put into perspective that there's different ways of going
Wait,
hard.
hold on. I never knew going hard was getting.
Why y'all keep bringing up
Interacting with our friends, doing TikToks.
Damn, everybody is talking all at once. Can we at least
Yo, it's crazy. So apparently there's a whole space to where they're going crazy and stuff like that. So yeah. I think this is a pretty interesting situation here, man. You know. Got the Bardi Gang out here. As a matter of fact, y'all go follow all these people we looking at. If you see a meme on this page that you like, or just on this here search page, make sure you follow them. You know what I mean? In fact, we're gonna go back and like the ones we read. So that was actually some pretty interesting comments. Is this what the game needs? Did Cardi go too far? Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments. Do you think this line is a fact or a complete cap? Go ahead and hit the comments and share with everybody. You know, get this out. We need to figure out what's the deal with this. It's been your boy Chili Soup, and I'm out.